All right. I'm all set up now. We're going to end the countdown early versus just sitting here, but we're all good. I said no. That's what I think about it. Let's see. So I'm debating between two pages to work on. This one needs way more work because it's, I don't know about more work, it just needs the figures in the top panel, a couple more weapons around the prints in this panel, and then just some refinement here, which I can duplicate over here and just modify as needed. And then I think the last panel just needs some books added and then extra details in the background. So it technically needs more work, but this one's mostly done. I just have to work on the background here, add some embellishments for the books, and finish her figure down here. So, should we do the page that has more work, or should we work on the page that is pretty much all final pencils? I'm kind of leaning towards this one. I'm not sure. I'd also meant to warm up beforehand, but I had to do some quick last minute yard work, so I didn't. I think I might just do this one because this panel bothers me so much. Well, no, we're gonna do this one. Let's do this one. If we have time, we'll go to the other page. Let's see, it is 7 Eastern, 6 my time. I think about 2 hours of streaming should be good. I think we can get everything done in 2 hours, hopefully, maybe. More work. So we'll do the one that needs more work. I think, in all honesty though too, it makes the most sense because I would feel more accomplished making progress. So, yeah. Let's see, where are my layers? Just clean this up. Get a little, what do you call it? Kind of a warm up by erasing stuff. Not quite, but close. Just to get my arm moving a bit. I am actually really happy with how this is looking so far. I actually, I can see these weapons I was working on. I'm really excited to place these. I don't know, I just like them. I love doing that kind of work for this concepting stuff. I can't even. It's been a long day. Mentally, it's been a long day. I like to do concept stuff like this because it's fun. It's like you don't have to think about it really. You can just let loose and go crazy. So maybe what I'll do is take these and start placing them. Because what I want is this library in the story. It's a collection of past guardians, like a log of their life, things that have gone on in the world, artifacts that belong to them, that were that meant something. So like a shield one guardian might have had is not so much his weapon, but just something that he always had. That was like his thing. Then we have like this really cool violin type thing. We have a witch's broom. We have a bow. We have like a magic staff. Kind of a sword here, like a fencing sword. Yeah, it's like an archive. Correct. And not all guardians had weapons. As you can see, there's like a violin. Kind of a hint. But I thought I just want to like capture the breadth of like how old this world is, to have so many books compiled of each guardian. So if I mean, this is not really a spoiler, but part of the story, because she says in the next page, or explains it, that each book, I think, is an equivalent of 10 years of the Guardian's life. I didn't avoid your question. I actually answered it both in the chat. I think I said no. Here, I'll type it for you. So each book is like 10 years of the Guardian's life. So what? No, just yeah, just a regular broom. But that's kind of like how I want it to be too. That may very well be the thing. Like, I don't want everything to be magical. It's just like a uniqueness to each Guardian that isn't always like, oh, they're all rough and tough. You know, some of them are really good protectors. Some of them are really good at offense. Some of them are just, you know, it's whatever the situation calls for, which is going to be interesting with the Pumpkin Prince, because he's going to be, I'm trying to think how to phrase it. I'm trying to think if this is okay to say, but I think it is, because we're all new in this world, including him. And it's kind of like a new era. He's going to be kind of breaking some of this, which is going to be important for the false spirit, because she doesn't know how to handle it. Oh, is it? It could be my mic. My mic might just be loud. It's not. Hold on. Am I loud? If I'm loud, then it's my mic. I can lower the volume. It's frustrating because when I record with OBS, my audio is like quieter, but I've noticed when doing live streams, it's louder. And I haven't figured out why OBS it quiets my audio, and it drives me nuts. I thought it was like some of the gain and stuff, or the noise suppression, but it wasn't. So I don't know. But yeah, if I'm loud, then that's probably why my keyboard's loud. So I apologize. Didn't mean that. All right, we're just staring at this page. All right, we're going to. Oh shoot! Let me open up the. Oh, I don't even have the original sketch in here. Okay, that was not smart. Let me see if I have the original real quick. Oh, okay. Good. I mean, sorry about that. It's not even, I mean, it's kind of a clicky clacky keyboard, but not like those. I know there's the keyboards that are purposely loud. This one isn't like that. It just happens to be like that. Oh, yeah. I've never actually messed with the audio when streaming. Maybe one day I will. Not right now. All right, let me see if I can find an old version of this file. Because I forgot. Pages. This is 15. And a string plasma rifle. I'm not gonna lie, I have actually thought about something like that. I have an introduction to you know what, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Because it's not gonna happen in this first arc. It's gonna be later. But there may be a potential for things like that in the second arc. Yeah, okay, this is what I want. All right, I do not need this anymore. Okay, so we are going to turn this back on. We are here. Let me start moving some things here. Okay, oops. Now, realistically, I probably want to go and do some of this in 3D and then just render it, but I haven't had time to model things. I think what I'm going to do is just this second book I'm going to use to finalize the environments and things like that, how I want things to look, because some stuff has changed, like the Pumpkin Prince's house is changing completely. And yeah, book 2 is like where a lot of designs get finalized because everything changes. Alright. Yeah, I see like the ones where you can switch the keycaps, and I'm not gonna lie, whenever I see people do it, I'm like, why? I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but I can't imagine typing and then there's this giant frog on your key in the way. I need to clean my keyboard. I like half cleaned my keyboard the other day. I was cleaning my desk. Need to deep clean it. It's old and the keys are wearing off. Little icon thingies. Makes me sad, but it works. So. Actually, I'm trying to think when I actually got this keyboard. It was a while ago. Anyway, how is everyone's night? How is your Monday going so far? Is it a typical Monday or is it a happy Monday? I know the east coast of the US got hit with snow, so that was fun for some people, I think. Let's see. I might just do a pattern on that tapestry. I think we'll do the brown. I also have to keep in mind scale. Let me do a new layer here and get some figure scale. Figure scale. That makes total sense. Some figures. Typical Monday. That's good. I'm glad you're off work now. So now we don't have to worry about anything. I'm just going to be really particular about cleaning some things up while my brain is warming up. Okay. See, I want the doors to be like these massive doors. And this is why I wanted to do things in 3D, but I kind of realized it's kind of hard to make something in 3D when you don't have the final designs and stuff done. There we go. Okay, I think that's good scale. Because there is stuff in here that I just want to be large. Like I just want it to be very large place. It's called the library, and in the book there will be like location explanations and stuff like that too. Gotta be kind of particular scales when we get to the scene with the dragon. I have not thought about a dragon yet for this. I mean, I'm trying to like not get ahead of myself because this first arc is setting up the overall the main plot. I'm sure no, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so arc 1 is kind of like the introduction. Let me just draw this out because this is gonna make more sense. So we're here, right? This is where we are with I would say book 2. Book 3 is gonna be here, right? And then it's like okay, and then it ends here, and then the next arc it's gonna be start here yeah, I hope that makes sense. This is just how my brain is working with the story. So book 3, or geez, the first arc is right here. So we're the prince, the pumpkin prince, what do you want to call him, depending on your preference. This is where we discover, or we watch him kind of be called upon and arrive into this world and all that. He remembers his name. Here is when, this is book 2. This is when Dragon Soldier 213. Now I have to write this down. Agent 213 becomes a dragon. Dragon 213. Dragon 213. This is when he actually confronts the thing that's sneaking around. And wait, what did I just do? Oh, this is book 1. I'm so sorry. I did this wrong. I outlined my whole arc thing incorrectly. All right, this is 1. 1 is where everything starts. This is 1. This is 2, where things start ramping up. We see this thing that's sneaking around and learn of the risk and other shit he's got to do. There's just a lot going on. And then book 3 is going to be, like, you don't know if I'm going to have book 3 and book 4. It depends on my ambitiousness for page count. But that's when we wrap up the first arc. And this, in book 3 or 4, depending on how I split it up, it's just going to go right into the next arc. So I'm excited because I already have it written out. I wasn't planning on everything to be this long, but I kind of realized it's okay to like breathe. Pumpkin, formerly known as Prince. Yeah. I'm debating. Hello, Jose. How are you? Just drawing, getting characters together. I'm debating. Well, okay. So when I work on story, like this particular one, I have like the first and second arc finalized, and that's pretty much the entirety of what I have so far. But I also kind of think ahead of how much do I want in terms of, like, do I want him to have flashbacks again? Do I want him to recall his previous life in more detail? How does that affect the false spirit? Does she have that? Hint, hint. And how would I approach that? And I'm actually really excited to share more about the false spirit when it comes time for that. Her story is less traumatic than the prince. And I did that on purpose because I'm like, not everything needs to be freaking dramatic. You know, it's okay to have normal, happy things, you know, exist. Anyway, it's just a lot of how much do I want to go into like backstory and detail of the characters, and if it's relevant. That's like the hardest part, is determining if it's relevant to the overall plot and the story, because it's like, yeah, these things are cool in terms of lore, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right time or place to learn about it all, you know. And that's the biggest, I wouldn't want to say struggle, because I'm actually pretty happy to remove things. It doesn't bother me, or I'll just save like certain lore details for later. It's just more like kind of solving the puzzle of when and where, and sometimes it doesn't work out. I think the original story from where it was and what it is now is totally different, which in a good way. And that's really because I was so focused on plot points, I didn't have any like exciting details. So once I got the Prince's story and everything done, basically his entire existence has influenced the whole story. The false spirit doesn't kill you, it's gonna be the stop spirit. I like that, the sun stop spirit. This is the sudden stop spirit. Unhinged. There we go. So yeah, his whole story influenced everything, and it just kind of everything fell into place after that. So I was pretty happy when that happened. And I love when that happens. I think there's a writer I listen to when she talks about it. I think her first story she wrote, she said she was so happy, and then she got to the end and she realized the villain wasn't the villain. It was supposed to be somebody else, and she had to rewrite the entire thing. And she was so mad, but she's like, that's what the story wanted. So, and I definitely am a proponent in that, where the story takes you where it wants to take you. You kind of like lose control after a certain point. You look shady as fuck. Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot there's another character in here. I keep forgetting about him. I get so wrapped up. Ooh, I need to... We don't see him till the end anyway. Yeah, the Pumpkin Prince basically broke all the rules of this world on his arrival. I'm trying to finalize which ones like he can and cannot break, so I can have him stop doing that. Because that way I'm not like, oh, this story's changing again, you know. So I need to reel that in. She'll just have the whole archive, which she calls the library because it's filled with mostly books that she's written. Just put this little guy. You know what? We are going to put this little guy in there. We're just going to have every page that we live stream will have an Easter egg in it. It's okay to retune things, stay flexible, but keep your from. Yes. The characters themselves teach you to newer directions. Yeah, I've started my series Bible. And I've started it in Notion because I thought about doing it on pen and paper because I like to write, like pen and paper. I just enjoy it, but it doesn't give me a lot of flexibility if I want to change things and page order and stuff like that. So I figure if I can get most of it built out in Notion, then I can print it and then keep a series Bible in physical form. That's her assistant. She doesn't have an assistant. Oh no. I'm trying to keep my character account to a minimum for now. Because it's gonna just go crazy later. To some degree. Ugh, I hate drawing legs. What is this? What leg is this? Drawing someone walking is the most obnoxious thing to do. And I didn't realize just how obnoxious it was until I had to keep doing it in this. And I'm like, wow, I really hate legs and I really hate feet. It's like her puck. You know, maybe at the end of the arc, you can give her a companion. It depends. It depends how... It depends. Because the story, the final arc of this part of the story is... I'm sorry. I had to rethink that for a minute to make sure I was correct. Yes, okay, this arc, yeah. Maybe, I don't know, because things just change, okay? Things just change. I don't like this one. I'm also trying to, like, not overthink how things look, especially when they're this small, because in all honesty, let's see. If this were printed out, this would probably be the actual page size. It just looks so dumb. You're not going to see a lot of these details. So, yeah. Your bad influence don't mind you. It's okay. It's okay. kind of funny though that I'm doing this. I'm like, oh, I hate drawing feet. And then, was it yesterday? I was drawing some zombie stuff. I was like, oh, I'll just draw like a severed foot because that's a zombie thing, right? And that I had no issue to do that. And then here I am drawing this figure and struggling. Honestly though, feet are just hard in general. All right, we're just gonna leave that. I'm not gonna worry about fixing that too much. Because again, this is far away. I can fix that later because that's not even the right angle. Oh my god. I'm gonna like hyperfixate on this leg for an hour. Don't let me do that. Don't let me do it. Okay, that's good enough. Now is going to create some type of goal. Let me actually open up this spreadsheet. Oh, I can't do that. Restream does something where I can't open my Windows panel. I don't know why. Let me open up the spreadsheet. What is it? Okay. Yep, that's nice. It's seen. Oh, is this the right one? Nope. Hold on. I have a spreadsheet to track pages. It seems a little neurotic, but it's true. Where is my tracker? Oh Lord. Okay, let me find it. Tracker. I don't know why it wasn't in my folder. Okay. Add scene, media, screen. Oh, I have to delete it. Okay. Then delete screen. Okay. All right, you should be able to see it. So I got this from Eric Weathers. I think it was free on Gumroad, and it's just like a comic book tracker. So you have your page count, so how many pages per segment, and then how many you have done. Wait, this isn't correct at all. This is the wrong file. Let's open up the correct one. Why do I have two of these? All right, it doesn't make any sense, but okay. All right, so I am 36% of the way there. Technically, it's probably more than that, but I'm trying to underestimate versus overestimate. Because that way I can go back and say, oh, I want to tweak this, I want to change that, you know? So I have I made my own tab of the total page count, or total pages, the sketch, the final thumbnail, pencils, ink, and then flats and colors are technically the same because this is grayscale, and then lettering, which was really fast. So don't worry about like the deadline stuff right now because that's well, no, that is correct. I did update that. So basically, if I want to have this finished before Halloween, I have 250 days remaining. I'm sorry. Wait, why is this different? Project days. All right, technically I have 180 days remaining. I don't know what the difference is, but anyway, I pay attention to the percentage complete, which is 36%, and I'm trying to get as close to 50 as possible by the end of March. So most of this is done, so all I have to worry about are either line work or tweaking some pencils and then adding the grayscale. And then I guess I can say this, it's not like a secret, but I do want to add a couple color pages in there because printing in color looks better for grayscale. And I would like to just take advantage of it and add a couple pages in color. I think it'd be fun. So, yeah. I am 36% of the way there. The page count will actually be more in the end. It's just 40 is the original goal I would like to have prior to the Kickstarter ending. And then the last 20 pages shouldn't be that bad. So, yeah. I think I am at... I have 42 pages right now. All right, I'm just gonna quickly go, let me just shrink this down so you can see. You can't see the details, but you can see it's all there in various degrees of finished, but most of the pencils are done. Or a good portion of the pencils are done. It's just like detail, cleanup, and then line work that has to be done. So, yeah. And I don't have what do you call it? I don't have a weekly goal. I did have that in the beginning, but I don't know. I have a lot of other things I have to do, so I didn't keep stick to it because it was like stressing me out. You didn't see any spoilers. I shrank all of it down so you didn't see. I just hope like my story's like not too slow. I want like a slow burn story. Because those I enjoy. What's happening with her head? This looks so silly. Alright, we're just not going to about that. 42 pages, that's a lot. It is a lot. I've been getting faster, so I'm not as stressed about the page count. Because the first one was 36 pages. The total print count, because I had to fill in, you have to do it by 4, it was like 40 something, but total comic pages was about 36, 38, somewhere around there. I like floppies, but I don't know. I just feel like when I wanted to give people more than just, I don't know. I just wanted to give people more. Aw, thanks. Have a good day. You too. Yeah, I think part of it is because I'm new to all this and I want to make sure people are getting the best that I can possibly offer versus like, oh yeah, I'm new, look at my 25 pages of story which doesn't have a lot going on yet. And I just wanted to, I don't know, overthinking, you know, normal thing to do for an artist. This arm is a little long. I think what I need to do is improve drawing in the smaller versions of them. It's not bad. It just, I think I need to do some studies on that and not overthink it. All right, it doesn't look too bad. Wow, look, I drew it. I did it. And how long have we been streaming? 46 minutes. Wow. All right, let's not get too hung up on that. Have them drawn in. I will say though, having the Pumpkin Prince have his head be like this it makes life a lot easier. These little things. Might change the position of his head. Okay, so now we need to do the weapons and the other things. Because I didn't want to start drawing them until I had their scale. So I'm just gonna make that line. And we're gonna move it over here. So that if that's the size of a person, then the scale of weapons probably have to be about there. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take this little guy and we're putting him on the tapestry. Tapestry. What do we want to call it? I'll add him in there. I don't know what he'll be. We don't know what he'll be. He will have a secret history that we'll never know. It's perfect. Usually I base all my artistic decisions on visceral reactions for myself. That's not a bad thing, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Ooh, actually, and then the broom would probably be like that. Okay, so let me just sketch out the height of the broom. Let's see here. Trying to think if there's, or see if there's anything special I put on it, and I did not. Just some ribbons. Oops, wrong layer. I also want these extra like trinkets and things that are around this library, as she calls it, to just have a lot of character and just be a bunch of odds and ends in some degree. So I need to add some decor on the table that are just interesting. I need to add a little bit of molding on the bottom to add some flair. I just want this to be a mismatch of stuff. All right, let me look back at the. Okay. Oops. Realistically, I should just. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm going to duplicate this and shrink this down so I can just look at it. Don't like to do that because I lose some detail. But that's okay. Oh, actually, that wasn't too bad. Good. I should use my mirror tool, but I kind of want a more organic look to this. Okay. There we go. And those some ribbons. Okay, so we have our broom. So now we're gonna must have been I can't believe YouTube held that comment. Must have been gourd. Wait, did it hold a comment down? Is YouTube being bad? No, okay, good. Sometimes YouTube does weird things, especially with the comments. Stupid gourd. I love stupid puns. Okay, so I'm gonna have the broom here. But I must have changed my settings or something because my scale and everything, it looks really nice. All right, this is gonna be up here. It's going to be on a hook because it needs to be. Perfect. And then all the ribbons can flow down. Perfect. All right, so that's thing number 1. So now we need to do the bow. Actually, I'm gonna do the shield. Ooh, that's like the perfect size. How would it does eat comments? I remember I felt so bad. Someone was trying to leave a comment on one of my videos, and it would not let them post it, and there was nothing I could do. Like I could see the alert, but I couldn't go see the comment actually posted, and YouTube was just so dumb about it. What, like a pumpkin should be any less detailed? Why would YouTube see? They hit it for nothing. Oh, I need to add lights. That's what I need to do. Let me add some lights in here. That's the one thing I kept forgetting to add, which I have to go back and add in some of the early pages. I have to add lighting. The prince does not live in a dark, gloomy home. So let's add some sconces. I don't say that right. Is it a sconce? Sconce? I don't know. Okay. These candles aren't going to be like super powerful. Well, they can be powerful. But let me just add, since I'm just making this a mismatch, I don't even know if it's the right word, just a bunch of stuff on the wall. Why not have different candles of varying styles? I don't want it to be a cohesive area, so. Can have a candle here. Have 2 candles here. Yeah, something like that. I think that works. And then just make it a little decorative. Beautiful. And we just have different candles everywhere. Exactly, magic candles. They don't have to all be like pretty and consistent. They have it. To try making patterns and assets using your comic. I tried to do some patterns and stuff, but it just, I don't know if it might just be me, but I was really struggling to get it to do what I wanted. So I didn't. I scrapped it. I think I do have some brushes for this one. I had one. I might have deleted it. Did I delete it? There we go. This is not, I didn't make this. Well, I made the brush and did not make the stamp part. Oh, they're gone. Did I delete them? I might have deleted them. Is this mine? No. Okay, I don't have them in here anymore. Oh, wait, this is mine. I have some in here that are mine. But, I have some, but they don't. I think I'm just not used to using them. I wasn't really feeling them. I don't know. I was just struggling to use them. I did at one point have my own foliage brushes that were like this. So I could just paint all the foliage like that. Some Rorschach stuff there. I probably should go back and do that, because once the environment and the season changes in the store, I'm gonna have to paint trees, and I don't want to do that, but I have to. Oh, Joy, nice asset. Oh my goodness, he's talking about how do I explain this in YouTube friendly terms? Certain characters that are appealing in certain ways. And I will say, I was going on Pinterest to just get some inspiration, and at the time I was struggling so hard because there's so much AI crap, and it was starting to get a little repetitive. Just because it becomes consistently the same clutter in the same places, and that's not what I mean. Is like if you search library lots of stuff or something, or fantasy library, it doesn't look right, you know. Like, what would you fill a library with? It'd just be a bunch of books, right? And then artifacts and things like that. Now let's just draw this table, because that's going to be something we want to do. Wow, that turned out really nice on the first try. What happened? Yeah, anyway, I was just getting really stuck with the same 10 images that all look the same, and I'm like, that's not a fantasy library. So it just is getting annoying. So now I have to just kind of see how I want to do it, which is fine. You know, that's part of being an artist. It would just be nice to have it a little more believable, I guess, with proper reference. I think what I need to do as well is make sure, I think if I had texture to the wall, that would help too. So let's add another layer. We're going to switch to purple. If I just make this brick, which is what it is, I think that would help with the appearance as well. I have to figure out if I want to draw every individual brick or if I just want to imply the brick. Because it's a lot. Well, technically I could draw every brick, I just have to draw a couple of rows and just duplicate them. Yeah, I think that actually helps fill in the space, so we'll leave that there. I love our tapestry, isn't he just... Look at that guy. Look at that little guy. So full of spunk in life. Alright, we need to figure out what we're putting on the table. For memes, yes. Yeah, AI is perfect for memes and shit posting. That's pretty much all I use it for too. Because at that point, no one cares if it's accurate or not. It's just for laughs, and that's it. I think I was gonna put a candle on here. I don't want too many candles. Should we call them eternity candles? Because they're always going to be lit. Let me look up some candles. Actually, now that these are fancy. Now that Pinterest has removed the AI, or has given you an AI filter, maybe I should try it again, like fantasy library, just to see. Yeah, no, it's still pretty AI. It's frustrating because, like, technically it would just be walls and walls of books, and then the architecture would be the stylized portion, which maybe I should go back and redo. Well, let me add, where is this? Right, okay. Let me go ahead and just add a little bit of detail at the bottom. Oh, that's not the right color. I think if we can add, why is this so dark? There. Just add a little detail to the floor and stuff like that. Then we can maybe add, let's see. I need to buy like architecture books. I think that would be very helpful. Yeah, and then we can just add a little there. You knew that you stick figure once. I do have a stick figure channel on my Discord server. I've been neglecting it lately. Sad. I think maybe this week I'll try and bring it back up again. Don't use pattern brushes just as a drop. Oh. Oh, I see what you mean, Jose. I haven't done that. I always forget that the fill bucket has the pattern option, and I almost never use it. Only recently have I begun to use the fill bucket for just color. I don't know why. I'm just very neglectful of the fill bucket. I use the colorize mask tool for everything when it comes to filling things in, so maybe that's why. Because I usually have multiple colors or grayscale or whatever to do at once, so I don't think about the fill bucket. Okay, that looks better. See, that's tying the room together already with just a little bit of extra flair. Yes, okay, I have reused books, and I have looked at them because I love how she does stuff. It's so detailed, and I wish she did more draw streams because that really helps me. Like, just watching people draw helps so much. It makes me feel better watching other artists make imperfections because then I don't feel as harsh on myself when I do it. Like, it's normal to make mistakes and redo them. It's okay. It's not a big deal. And it also like teaches me techniques, like how they do their lines and stuff. It's just nice. Your closeted bucket sis. Your anti-bucket. Ooh, maybe I should add. You know, I think I am going to add the detail of the brick here because it is brick. That brick is cement brick. Oh, sounds good, Jose. You get that lunch. Pack that lunch. I hope it's a good lunch. Yeah, I'm going to do the background elements here because that was really tying everything together in a way that makes me happy. So I'm actually glad we did this page. Why is that? Oh, I always forget that my pen pressure does affect the not the thickness, but like the opacity of the lines. So if I do a lot of pressure, it comes out nice and dark. If I do light pressure, it comes out thinner. You know what would be really nice to use right now? Grids and guides. A grid. Whew. Let's, there, just make this bigger. We're gonna make this bigger, and we're not gonna isometric. Ooh, I forgot I can do isometric. Man, we can use it on the tapestry. Oh man. We're gonna have so much fun. Oh, don't want that. Okay, there we go. I think that works. Now I can have equal spaced brick portions or whatever. So, oops. As I make them not equal multiple times in a row. Oh my god. Look at me, I'm using my Krita tools the way that they were meant to be used. Maybe. Okay, am I on the right layer? Yes. Okay. And then I can just duplicate that when I'm done. All right, hide the grid. So now I need to do, let me look up a reference real quick. So just castle. My internet is being slow. Come on, load this page. You can do it. I believe in you. There it goes. Okay. Let me just pull. There it is. I found one. I don't want to do that. No. All right, I'm in the gathering reference and talking to myself phase, so there we go. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is the vibe I'm going for this particular wall. But not rundown. Not that rundown. And probably not going to be using a nice brick cement arch. Maybe on the outside I will. Okay, so basically, let's just study this real quick. So it looks like the thin ones are like the support. And then the thicker ones are just... See, there's a method. You have the thick layer, then thin layer, and then thick layer. Shoot, now that just ruins everything I did. Should I copy that? But I don't have any... But then... I'm thinking. Hello, Chucho. No truth can be found in the library. I mean... Man, now I'm conflicted. I was trying to make it easier on myself, and now I'm like, wait a second. The architecture is more intense than I was thinking. I mean, technically, they just layered freaking rocks on top of each other. But... Someone, hurry, someone who understands castles, explain it. Okay, I think I should be fine making it the same. I don't think there's any right or wrong looking at some other architecture of castles, so I should be fine. Okay, so now I'm going to just... Let's see, do I want... Uh-oh, what happened? There we go. I want to make... Wait, is this supposed to be... Let's do 80. There we go. Ooh, look at that. We're gonna do, let's just do 100 for the spacing. And I think that should be good. Oops. Okay. And then I can just go through and offset this later. Whoa, my computer made a noise. I don't know why. It scared me. Oh, that's actually not right. Back up here. Yeah. Okay, that works. Oh, look at that. It's evenly spaced. So now, look at that. It's, that's perfect. Perfect. They are thick. But look at this stone. Like if a person's standing up here, that's a big ass stone, man. Actually, now I'm not sure if they're tall enough. No, it's fine. It's fine. We're not doing that. We're not overthinking it. We are doing our best in making the stones. I'm not gonna make them perfectly stacked though. I'm just making the first what do you call it? Just the first line, and I'm gonna erase stuff later. Okay, so now we have that. So now we have to, oops, back there. Offset this a little bit more. So just make a layer here. I probably should just type this. Oh my God. Okay, and then we can, actually I can probably just, I don't think I need this right now. Anyway, probably just do this. Okay. I'm going to totally ruin this, but that's okay. So now we have to erase things. I'm just going to start erasing the big chunky line first. And some of these. And then erase some of this. This might actually give me the variation in size as well. And I can go through and kind of like, oops, make it squiggly lines for the brick. Delete everything and start over. I have done that. I am a huge proponent of just trashing and never saving your files if you don't like it. I don't know how many artists suggest that, but I do it a lot. It's very rare that I'll save things, especially if it's like a quick one shot of just screwing around. So I'm gonna do this one. We're not gonna worry about it. We're going to erase this line, erase this line, erase this line. I'm actually going to, there. I think adding a little extra flair there should be nice. Okay, we're getting there. Look at that, a nice brick wall. That adds, look at it, just adds something. I'm glad I did that. I wasn't going to. Hello, someone saying. Oh my gosh, I'm hitting everything on my desk. We're drawing brick walls. Instead of watching paint dry or watching bricks be made. It's totally fun. Really exciting stuff. I can't remember. I think I was watching someone use this method at some point. I don't remember if it was like a manga artist or just random videos I was watching on Instagram or something. That's why I started the art inspiration channel on my Discord server, because I got tired of losing things. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then I bookmarked it, or I forgot to save it, you know. So now it will always live in that server for everyone else to enjoy. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. And then this can be like wood paneling or something. Oh, I guess it would have to be this. Yeah, it looks good. Wait, would that look like that? I don't know. Okay. Ooh, that's a long brick. All right, so we're going. So now this is where I kind of did things weird. Now I can add different sizes of the brick. I will say I'm, for whatever reason, more confident in doing backgrounds than I used to be. I'm not saying I'm good at it, I'm just not as scared to do them. I think part of that is because drawing Bear and Snake, I was forcing myself to do it. I was like, you gotta draw this. But I also let myself do bad backgrounds on purpose. Like if I were to go back and redo it, I would redo a lot of that stuff. But the purpose of that comic is to practice and to learn and do things I normally wouldn't do. I think it's helped. Yeah, that looks good. It's got some variation. Right? Yeah. Reading all this. Actually, let me finish up this part of the wall, and then I'm gonna try a couple things because the gimmick tool might actually work for that. Might. I don't know. Because I have other. Oh shoot. Maybe not. Because it's gonna affect the whole layer. I don't want that. But we can see what it has. But yeah, there's a lot of ways to do it. I'm not too concerned about it because I just want the meat of this in here and done. I don't want to go too crazy with the detail because I'll do that with the inks. Oh, so I forgot who it was, what their username is in the Discord server, but they linked this really cool, what would you call it? Like interview of a bunch of different manga artists. And boy, did I learned so much. Just like the different processes they do. There was one artist, like he'd be like, okay, here's him or her holding the sword. And then he would go straight to inks by just drawing this. It's ridiculous. And I was like, wow, I could do that one day. You know, and then he'd just be like this. I can't do that. I'm not there yet. But it was pretty neat to see. And then you'd see how some of them didn't care, or in the beginning, the host and then this other manga artist lady was saying they prefer less backgrounds because manga shouldn't be complex backgrounds, which kind of threw me off because there are a ton that have very complex backgrounds. So it was just interesting. So I'm doing a more Western style and doing more complicated. Oh, that looks so good so far. Okay, so let me look at my brush presets. I'm gonna drag this out. Get out. Get out. All right, and then I'm gonna suffer when I have to put it back in. I'm gonna go to effects. No. Digital. Yeah, distort. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a little much. Let me see here. All right, I don't have any options for the distort. This didn't work out the way I wanted it to. What about this one? Nope. What is this? Distort, shrink. Why does that have to blur it? Don't I have like a warp tool? It looks neat. It feels really smooth. Ooh, I like that. Sorry. Alright, so I was hoping this would move it the way I wanted it to, but maybe not. Kind of, I don't like that. I don't know if it's just because this is a small section of my line work. I guess for pencils it wouldn't really make a difference though, because I'd go back and ink it and make it pretty anyway. But still, what is this? Oh, it's just blocks. Okay. I thought there was another one. Let's just look. No, let's see it. Oh, thank you, Chucho. Welcome back. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry. Let me go back. I got sidetracked. Welcome back, Jose. Thank you very much, Chucho, for the 100 or 1000 CLP. I always forget how much that, like, or what the original currency is, but I appreciate it every time. Really went straight to inks on paper. Moment piece recently. Oh, yeah. Use 200 layers. Yeah. 200 layers. Yeah, I was actually thinking about doing some traditional stuff just to practice and getting back into it because I mean, I should. There's no reason not to. I just, it's just a time and a money thing. I think I have enough to start it with, but I kind of wanted to use the ink pens. The manga artists were actually using G pens, which unironically is the pen I use in here, which is a modified version of this G pen. So it's like those nice ink tip nibs that you dip in the inkwells. And I've always loved this and how it feels. So I think I modified it a little bit to be less sensitive to pressure because I didn't like too much pressure. I don't know. I modified it ever so slightly. And I just liked, it was just really nice to see them draw. They were just like nice, smooth, beautiful lines, and I want to do that. So, yeah. I think I would want to try that if I were going to go do a traditional again. I think it'd be fun to stream or like do a video on as well. Just not a tutorial, but I don't know. I think I said this in the last stream, but I'm still trying to figure out how to bring traditional back to my channel because it's something that I do think is important, you know, to always learn the basics of how the tools work in real life. I just don't have a proper setup. Like my desk is, I don't know, I have to rethink my office again. My bookshelf isn't straight. What the hell? Okay. Yes. I love that. I need to go back and look at his original stuff and just see how he approached certain things and with his drawing and art and stuff like that. Come on. Make the lines. What if this is the origin of Soldier 213? Like he laughed at it and got cursed. And from that point on, he always reincarnates as punishment for laughing. I actually haven't watched Mob Psycho. I probably should. actually really happy with how this is turning out. Yeah. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Let's see. Oops. Honestly, the imperfections are what make it feel natural, I guess you would say. Because I don't think there's been a time, especially with something like this, where it's like perfect. Actually, I'm gonna erase this one. Go. I didn't know how to draw. Yeah. That's a good way of looking at that, Jose. It's what I try to remember. Okay, this is gonna sound really bad. But you ever like see the absolute confidence of someone who's completely stupid and who can't try to think how to phrase this. No, I'm just gonna say what someone else I heard said. If a crack addict can have the utmost confidence to do something completely stupid and keep moving on with their life, nobody else, we don't have an excuse. Let's just put it like that. That way I won't start any craziness. But they're just, well, I guess, no, I don't care. You know how, so sometimes I'll go to artist alleys and stuff and I sell there at some of the smaller conventions. I love them. I enjoy them. I think they're fun. I think they're a great thing to do and hang out with other creators and fans and stuff like that. And then every now and then I'll see people who have tables and it's literally art that they fucking ripped from the manga or the anime or they traced it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck you. If you're applying and doing all this stuff and you're finding success, I have zero excuse to not try myself, If these freaking tracers and everything else, then I can do it too. It's called Dunning-Kruger. But yeah, that's just the mindset I'm trying to have. There's so many stupid people out there, and look at them go. And I don't think I'm sure I have stupid moments, but I'm not stupid like them. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm trying to keep my mindset. I have actual talent. I can draw. I can do things. I have no excuse. All right, this looks pretty good. I don't know if this is perfect scale, but I think I have enough. He's in front of her. She's farther behind. I probably could move him a little bit closer. Let's see. There. So I think I'm going to move him a little bit closer to the viewer because he's walking in first. There we go. I think that looks better. The broom doesn't look correct. I might scale that up. Get over here. This looks a little small, even though technically it's not. Oops. Like it's her size. Maybe that's why. Maybe it should be her size. I don't know. I don't know why it looks small. I think it's just because it's higher up. So maybe I'll add some extra stuff up there too. Man, look at that smug little thing. So smug. Supremely overconfident, stupid people, I mean, yes. If supremely overconfident, stupid people can exist, I have, like, and they have no shame, I shouldn't have shame at all. Better being a tracer than AI otters. Oh my god. I don't know, I think they're just as bad. I like how this is coming along. I like this. Alright, I'm not gonna get too crazy with some of the... Well, no, I do want to add one more. Should I add a shield or... Let's see. Let me move this. Oh, wrong layer. Here we go. Oops. Let's just do dark blue. Okay. What should I add on here next? Like what should I want to add 2 more. I want to add 1 more on this side, and then on this side I'm going to add more lighting, and then maybe another tapestry. Something like that. So we do the bow, the staff, the fencing sword, the violin thingy, the shield. And then the table is going to have some fancy candles. And I might add a stack of books there. The only reason I'm hesitant on that idea is because the false spirit's going to be, like, this is her, I don't want to say her favorite place because it's basically all the books that she has written of people that have died. So I wouldn't want to say it's her favorite place, but I don't see her mistreating books and just leaving them laying around. Like, she values them. They hold sentimental value and she treats them as such. But if there are other books, like just informative books, like maybe they were gifted or something, I could see them being there. At the same time, again, she would treat them well. Like, she wouldn't just toss them around. So I don't know if I want books laying around or scrolls or anything like that. I want to keep it tidy. It makes more sense for me to have her place things without any real thought to the placement. Like, if there's space, she just puts it there, you know? But the books are what she treasures the most. So I don't see her stacking them up and leaving them everywhere. He just is gonna live there. I don't know why, but he just like fits the scene. Let's just, while we're thinking about which weapon to put there, let's just draw his tapestry out. Maybe we won't make it won't make him stand out as much, but we can. Okay. So let me look up the tapestry real quick, because I know they're very not delicate. Oh my god. I just forgot the word tapestry. There we go. Intricate is what I'm thinking of. They're intricate patterns. Okay. So let's... We are going to see more characters that are involved in this world. Wrong layer! Gosh darn it. Oh, I just erased them. So I do want to have other things that would come from outside this world. There we go. Like maybe gifts or just, I don't know, personal belongings to the previous guardians that maybe that she doesn't really care about, but she doesn't really see a reason to get rid of yet. Or maybe that it was never going to disappear. Okay, so we can actually leave the border up further. Perfect. Someone who's like telling hey artists that they're not real artists, and then I use my I like that, Alex. That's funny. That's funny. All right. I'm not going to add too much detail to this because we're not going to see a lot of it. So I'm just going to imply. I'm just going to imply detail by adding the things. There we go. And then what do we use for the background? Looking at like the medieval ones where the perspective is just way off. Oh, we can add a tree. I'll just... Also, I hate drawing trees and everything. And you know what is in this book? Trees. Literally everywhere. Every page. Almost every freaking scene. There's just trees. And I hate it. But you know what? I did it to myself. Do I need to put this much detail in here? No. But it's fun. I don't know, maybe this was a guardian at some point. A water spirit. Or maybe... Ooh, what if the water spirit is a spirit? And we see his little dumbass show up. See, the nice thing is if I look at Renaissance medieval art, I don't have to worry about being accurate because they don't know what they're doing either. It just looks freaking weird. This is perfect. And then I can just really put in the background. Those flowers. All right, we're never going to see that detail in here. It's just never going to... All right, we're not going to go too much. I think that's fine. I think that's more than fine. We are never going to see this detail when I print it. Digitally, you might, like in the PDF version, but not when I go to print. So let's add some grass. Look at this beautiful tapestry. Tapestry. I kept calling it tapestry. I don't know how English works. Look at that. It's beautiful. Whatever this little thing is. And then we're going to add... Oops. I'm just going to add random flowers. We're going to pretend this is a flower. It's medieval inspired art. It doesn't have to make sense. I don't even freaking know what that is. Okay. It's perfect. It's perfect, guys. We did it. And it's got little tassel things. Renaissance babies and kids in the fucking vents. I'm sorry. Not the Renaissance. Is it the Renaissance? I want to make sure I have my time or my centuries correct. I just want to make sure I have this correct. Okay, no. Well, maybe. What are these cats? It's the medieval ones. Okay. Renaissance ones are a little better. But I don't know. Hold on. We put this little bit freaking thing. Like, this is kind of terrifying. Oh my gosh. God, this is such a mood. It'd be kind of fun to repaint these. I love this. I'm just gonna put you off to the side for inspiration. Maybe we'll add a cat in there. Yeah, that's a Renaissance painting. Should I keep him? Let me actually, let me see if I can realism him a little bit, like the cats. It's got that nice don't give a fuck look. Misshapen eyebrows or eyes. This might actually work because it existing. For a couple of reasons. I can't even say why. Maybe I should make this a perk for the Kickstarter. Ominous tapestry card. Oh, goodness me. You could be the flame on a candle in the foreground of the panel. Good. I want to make more tapestries now. This is fun. Well, actually, I did say I wanted to make one more. But I think if I... I don't know, we'll see. I mean, I can always replace it later. I'm not concerned. I also want people to have fun looking at this stuff too. How big can the tapestry be? Oops. Minimize the tapestry. I can do a wide one, but not very long. Yeah. Oh, I can do one with pumpkins on it. That would make more sense. Okay, let's do that. Let's put one up here. Oh, it's long. Well, I think that's okay. I don't want to make it too big. And that should be good. And I can just fill that in with whatever later. So that's another tapestry. Which I wanted to do. Oh yeah, did we ever decide what we wanted to do with the weapons? Because this is gonna be the last thing for the night, I think, is adding in one more weapon to the wall. Or two more. No. Two more. I'll sketch the second one. So yeah, so what do we want to add next? We have the witch's broom up there. We need one more. I mean, weapon, or one of these 5 here. The shield, the violin thing, the bow, magic staff, or fencing sword. So one of those, or 2 of those have to go on the wall next. That way I can have a little bit more going on with that space. I really like this. I don't know why. I think it adds a little bit of fun as well, which I want the story to have. It doesn't have to be all serious. Someone tell me. I think I want to do the shield. Just plop it up on the wall right here. And then I can just move that when I need to. I think that would work though. And I kind of like the shield at like the door. It's kind of nice. Nice, neat. Sword and the bow. Ooh. I like the bow. We're gonna put the bow up here. How do you hang a bow? I would hang it from this part, right? A little hook. I think. How do you hang a bow? This is something I probably should have looked up beforehand. And I did not. Okay, yeah, it's just on a hook or a rack of some kind. So if I did a rack, I would need a couple more bows. But I kind of like the idea of hanging it on a hook. Especially because it's on its own, it's by itself. I don't want to sort it in the show angle. I don't want, so this is more of a fencing sword, but I don't want that to be with the shield. I don't. I'm trying to think how to. I don't want any sword except a non-traditional sword. Or a non-normal. How do I want to say this? So if you look, I'm trying to think if this is going to be a spoiler or not. Or if it's just a detail maybe no one's seen yet. Because no one's read the comic yet because it's not there. Let me see. Alright. Because I think I showed this page. Anyway. Nope, you don't see it. Shoot. Oh, we see it here. So, if you look at his belt, is technically positioned or set up to have a sword. But we don't know what it's going to look like. So I don't want it to be visible. You know. But I can put the fencing sword with it though. Yeah, I'll put the fencing sword. Cause yeah, I want everything to be like hung together. Like it's important, just not. It's hung up with care, just not in a very organized manner. So I think we'll do that. Let's see. Yeah, let me quick position where I want the bow to be. So that can hang. Do I want it to hang like this? No, I want it to hang like this, like upright. Alright, I'm just gonna placeholder this because I can just duplicate that and put there. That's a pretty big bow. But they can be pretty big because if it's a long bow, those are pretty tall. And I can always shrink it down if I need to. Because again, her height. Okay, so then we put the shield over here. And we can put the fencing sword with it. Probably getting it upside down so it's hanging like this. Could any of the ends? Ooh, yes, they could be broken. Should we break the shield? What do we want to break? I guess that would be the question. I think it would make sense for the shield to be broken because we could still tell what it is. The bow we may not. I still have to make more weapons though, so. To make so many. There's a basement to the library. That'll be fun to draw. That's going to be a little more hectic. All right, so I think if we did that, we can probably do like a crack in the shield. Chunks missing. All right, we're turning this purple layer off. It's actually, or no, we're just gonna do this. There. It's easier to look at. There. So usually if they do weapons, you can tell at a glance. Yeah, I think the idea of the shield being busted, I think I like that. I mean, it's a shield. You would kind of expect it to have some damage, and it kind of tells a history. Because the point of a guardian is to protect. So it could be that maybe this guardian failed or succeeded. Who knows? I don't want too much detail on that because I don't think I need to. You know what, maybe I should look at museums for references more than a library. They're so empty. Rephrase that. Museums are placed out spaciously, even though they have a lot. I want this to be crammed. Oh, sort of crammed. Like this has been around for at least, let's see. I'm trying to do math in my head. If I had open up. Okay, never mind. It won't open. If someone has 10 books, that's 100 years. And if you have only 10 guardians, that'd be 1,000 years total she's been around. Give or take. All right, so that'd be 1,000 books. There's gonna be more books. All right, I'm not counting all the books I draw on this, but I'm just gonna make a note for myself. 1,000 books, guardian. For reference. Okay. It just gives me an idea of how much I want to put in here if I understand the quantification of years being built up. So we're just going to say roughly 800 years she's been around in this world. And I'm going to make another note about timeline. No, not timeline. Flow of time. Okay. I'm just making notes for myself for the story because it's stuff that I technically sort of have roughed out, but I have a point of reference that I can actually put in the story, so it makes more sense. Okay, sorry. Actually, we can do a javelin. I think that would make sense with the shield. And then, how would you hang that? How would you display a javelin? Is that what it's called? Yes. No, a lance. I'm so sorry. I'm thinking about lance. Jeez, my brain is just like not there. That's what I'm thinking of. I like how museums just hang things so it looks like it's floating. All right. I'm just gonna assume we're going to put it on a hook here. I think a lance instead of this would make more sense to go with the shield. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can tell me that's stupid if you want. But I think that might make a little bit more sense. How do I want to draw? And then we'll be done for the night once we're done with this. Oops. There are some that are this. We're gonna make it a little fancy. A little bit of a fancy up in here. I think that looks kind of neat. God, his stupid face. Alright, I like that. Okay, I think this is good so far. I think I'll have to add more in as time goes on, but that'll probably be like a last detail. So I have to let me try and draw Paul's face. Okay, that's not bad. I think for what it is, that works. Because again, this is probably, if I were to, I can go and get the book itself, but actually, let me see if I have, let me see if this is close. I'm holding a book that's slightly wider, so let me see if I can zoom out a smidge. No. I wish I could, oh, here it is. Wow. Whoops, I don't want 400, I want 40. Okay, that's close. This would be close to what it looks like printed. So I don't need to go too crazy in the detail with her. I just need to imply the face. Double-ended javelin lance wielded by Marthal. And Turnful. I'm trying to think when I want to bring other worlds into this, like how much I want to hint at that. Because I'm not, this particular world is more medieval fantasy in terms of like a timeline reference, but that doesn't mean that everything outside it is the same. It just happens to be how this world exists. So I might bring in a little bit of modern day belongings in here, but I don't want them to stand out so much it looks not like weird, you know? So I think a lot of that might go in the basement, because the basement is kind of going to represent where things get really fucked up. And this, like when he discovers some stuff down there. So I think I might do that. I think this is gonna be like the facade, this opening area of the library, implying everything is consistent and controlled and is similar and everything like that. But the basement is where all the crazy stuff is. I think that'll work. Did I write that down? Yeah. Top floor equals control. Bottom, well, it's not bottom floor, basement really. Equals the chaos. Almost like she's like hiding things, you know, like wanting to avoid it. Avoiding. And there will be, I'm thinking out loud here, but that there will be a reason tied to that too. But that kind of fits what she's going through right now. he's in a bad time, then bam, throw something into madness. Listen, I have something in mind and I cannot wait to execute it, but I don't want to say anything because it's not going to be for quite some time. So I don't want to be like, oh, I have this idea in there, and then no one's going to see it for like 2 books. But I'm excited for it. So, yeah. Okay, so I think this works. He's just gonna stay in here. This little water droplet guy, he's just cemented himself into this background. I can't remove him. I can't. He's permanently part of this environment now. There's nothing I can do about it. He's there forever. So stupid looking. I love it. All right, I think this is good. It doesn't look like we did a lot, but we did. And sometimes it's just how it goes. It's just ideation, exploring, figuring things out, research, you know. And yeah, about 2 hours. Honestly, that doesn't seem too bad. Especially because there was a lot of detail I had to... It's not a lot of detail. It doesn't look like a lot of detail, but it's a lot of thinking about detail. And then I could probably finish this page this week. Now that that's done. With this mostly done, or at least the direction I want it to go, I can easily think about everything else now. Because all these little notes, all this direction. So, Drippy the special water spirit. I mean, there is a water witch on the cover of the book. I'm just saying. So, you know. Just saying. I'm just saying. She does exist. Alright, I think this is a good place to stop. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. Sorry that this wasn't like, we didn't finish a page, but this panel itself is in a really good spot. I'm happy with it. And I think, and I'll post this page on social media and stuff too when it's done. I'm going to try and get this done this week. In terms of line art. Well, do I want to do line art or just final pencils? I think I can do line art. I think. I'm not going to guarantee it. Well, actually, no. Again, this panel is a duplicate. So really it's just this panel I have to add detail to. I think I could get this done this week with line art. So I'll try that. Or at least get most of it done. And then I'll share it on social media and stuff. Be like, look, we did it. Our beautiful water. He's just so cool. I'm going to have to save this out as a separate file though. I want him to be a perk for the Kickstarter. He's just so fun. You know what? That would be kind of cool to have random like stuff from the archive, the library, as part of rewards. So like you have a collection of past Guardians yourself. I like that. We're gonna do something like that. That makes me happy. Okay, I think we're good. Trippy portrait trading card. Yes. I think it'd be fun though, wouldn't it? I think it would be fun. Just extra lore. Oh, I'm gonna have to think about it. Alright. Oh, don't want to do that. I did. Okay. Alright, so I think that's it for the night. Thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me while I'm drawing and having fun. I feel like it's more fun drawing while streaming now. I can stay focused a little bit better, even though I get distracted in the beginning. But that's okay. Past 2 weeks have been good. Tutorials will resume next week, so I'll probably stream again in March. Maybe. We'll see. I'm actually enjoying this. If I could do this on a weekly basis, it would be really nice, but all depends on timing. Alright, thank you guys for watching and hanging out. Make sure to like the video if you haven't already. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it'd be nice. And then if you haven't already, I do have the Kickstarter pin, which I forgot to mention, but I have the Kickstarter pin. If you want to go sign up for the notification or for the pre-launch page, and that way when it goes live, you'll get an email immediately. So you can go back the comic. I'll have early bird specials and a digital and a physical copy. All physical copies are going to come with digital this time. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you in the next video or wherever else.